Shalom, shalom. Call hello, like how about Shemasha, Wamala, Adonai, Yahushua. All praise to the Heavenly Father for His mercy and grace. Another Shabbat, another beautiful feast day under the books. All praise to the Heavenly Father. I'm going to say shalom to all the brethren out there, sincere brethren out there, you know, and during these last days and during the flesh and during these trials and tribulations and everything under the sun. Shalom, shalom, and may the Most High have mercy and grace upon y'all, our souls, upon your souls, and so that we may continue to fight this good fight to the end. Shalom, shalom. Right, right here. This is about the Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of Booths. Us over here in WFI, we just ended our Feast of Tabernacles. And we understand the Feast of Tabernacles, you know, the spirit, the physical aspect is, you know, they were dwelling in booths and living in these tents and whatnot for 40 days. I mean, for 40 years, because, you know, that's what we're about to read into that. But they were dwelling in booths and in tents for 40 years throughout in the wilderness, in the first wilderness. And also we understand the spiritual aspect. Well, we got to get our tabernacles, our temple, ourselves, you know, cleanse and whatnot. We got to get it right, especially in this wilderness right here. We got to get it right. But now there's another aspect of it as well, because we just finished doing the tabernacles, right? And tabernacles is something that's very that brings people together, right? That's the aspect that a lot of brothers and a lot of sisters be missing, where the tabernacles, it's actually helping the nation being a nation, right? Because when you're at actually, we're gonna get into it, right? Let's get into it. This is Leviticus 23. And we're going to start at verse 40. It says, "And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Most High, your God, 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Most High 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in the booths 7 days, and all that are Israelites born dwell therein, dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High, your God." Right? Because why did the Most High God make us dwell in booths? Right? Why did he make sure that he once he brought us out of Egypt, you know, he didn't bring us directly to the promised land. And the storyline goes however the storylines goes, but you know, it's been ordained from the jump, and we have to understand these things and see the reason, the purpose behind it. You're gonna find out the Most High God is bringing the nation together. Because when you out there in these elements, actually, before I get there, all right, let's get this real quick. Leviticus 18, all right. Leviticus 18, we're gonna start at verse 1. It says, "And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Yahweh your God, after the doings of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Ye shall do my judgments, and keep mine ordinances, to walk therein. I am Yahweh your God." Right? Right, it said, "Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Most High." So we see how the Most High God says that after the ways of these people that I just brought you out. That's why he made us dwell in the booths. Because again, what's the reason why he had to dwell? We had to dwell in the booths. Let's go to Deuteronomy 8 real quick. All right. So after the ways of these guys, we're not supposed to do, and he made us dwell in his booths for 40 years because he was doing this. This is, I'll start at verse. I'll start at verse 2. Well, I can start at the top. It says, all the commandments which I command, this is Deuteronomy 8 and 1. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which the Most High sware unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Most High thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. Because while we in the wilderness, while we dwelling in the booths, we're being humbled. Because again, especially in this day and age, we live in Babylon. In Babylon, we have everything at our disposal, right? We have Uber Eats. We have these things at our disposal all the time. Uber Eats. We have telephones. We have internet. We have what? Stoves and things like that. We have certain things that makes our lives easier, so-called easier, but yet it's making us lazier, I should say, right? Making us weaker because we don't know how to provide certain things or do certain things. And most of all, it makes us more selfish. It makes us less relying on one another. So that's why Feast of Tabernacles, just like back then, the Most High is he humbled us, right? And when you go to Feast of Tabernacles, you get humbled. Why? Because first off, once you first get there, you need brothers to help you. If you're not a tent guy yourself, if you never did Feast of Tabernacles yourself, you need you need people to come and help you put up your tent, especially if you're there at night. So what does that require? That requires cooperation. That requires a group of brothers, sisters, if it's just sisters, but a group of people to put their mind together to attain a goal. That's called compound living. And that's how our people live, right? That's how that's how we're supposed to live, actually. It forces us to gather again together. Because especially as well, when we together, sisters are up cooking, or if they're brothers are up cooking. The brethren are helping each other. Oh, can I get this? Do you have this? Do you have that? Oh, help me out with this. It makes our people put their mind together to actually come together to survive out there. That's what the Most High was doing, right? I'm going to read verse 3. It says, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, right? Because brethren, now at Feast of Tabernacles, you have to wait for the food for breakfast or whatever it is to be done. Sometimes it may take 2-3 hours for the breakfast to be done. Some people, they can endure those 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. But some people, they can't, especially children. But the Most High God is humbling, is making us relying on one another. This group is cooking, that group is cooking. This group is doing this, that group is doing that. We're actually there, and we're actually looking out for one another. So the Most High God is humbling us in hunger, right? We're making us relying on one another to get fed, right? Of course, spiritually, we understand the spiritual aspects. We rely on the prophets and everything, the men of the Lord, to bring out the word, the spiritual food. And the same thing on the physical, because you got to remember, the Most High God is actually trying. The whole point of the truth, and I say this for right now as well, the whole point of the truth is to bring the nation back together. Serve, because what are the two greatest commandments? Real quick, we're gonna hold this real quick, and we're gonna keep on bringing this out, right? We're gonna start at verse 37. It says, Yahweh said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. Right? When you love the Most High, you keep his ordinances and his statutes and his judgments. Right? You do what he tells you to do. He says, keep the Sabbath. You keep the Sabbath. Keep the tabernacles. You keep the tabernacles. Says you don't eat this. You don't eat that. You do this. You say you wear fringes. So on and so forth. Now, what's the second? And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So the point of the truth is to serve the Most High as a nation, being a nation again, because that's the whole. When you read the New Testament, that's what was Christ. What did Christ come to do? I'm not saying, but unto the lordship of the house of Israel. He came to bring back the nation as one. Read Ezekiel 37. Read the whole New Testament. You'll see no Jews nor Gentiles. We're one. James 1 and 1, all of it. Right? So that's the whole point. Anything that we're doing, if a brother's out bringing out the word, if a brother's studying, if a brother's listening or watching the videos, everything is actually to bring the nation together. If you think because there are a lot of brothers, even in camps, who are individualites. Brothers, they oh, that's it. I'm doing me, or I'm learning my precepts. I don't know about these guys, or I'm this. What you learning your precepts for? Is it to puff up yourself, or is it to teach the nation? That's the whole point. And Tabernacles demonstrates that to a T. Right? The whole point of Tabernacles is actually to bring back the nation and force us to live as a nation, to rely on one another. Right? It says, and feed thee with, I'm going to read this, Deuteronomy 8:3. It says, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High does man live. And that's how you serve the Most High. You believe and you do what the Most High God tells you to do. When you read Matthew 5, and you have to apply all that. Turn the other cheek to when a brother smack you on the left cheek, you turn the right cheek to them. Yahusha didn't say it just to sound good. He said it because that's showing mercy and mercy upon the nation, upon your brethren. You want mercy, you have to show mercy. Right? So the whole point of this truth is to bring back the nation together. That's it. That's it. Because we're the last nation that's being formed, and we don't live as we're too selfish of a people. And we're comfortable being selfish because why? I have my car, you have your bus passes, you own a jet plane, yet everybody stay to their whatever whatever lot they're in, and but they're not looking out for one another. But during Tabernacles, we see how brothers and sisters put their minds together with food, with watching over the kids and stuff like that. I'm going to read verse 4 before I keep going. It says, thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Most High chasteneth thee. So the Most High God, he's teaching us he's teaching us how to be humble. He's teaching us how to be a nation throughout throughout the tabernacles. That's the main thing that he's doing. Because again, even when we came out of Egypt, we had he was teaching us how to serve him. And he was teaching us how to love one another and not have not to dwell, when you go back to Leviticus 18, not to dwell after the manners of the heathens, of the Egyptians and the Canaanites, so on and so forth. Same thing over here. We're supposed to learn not to dwell, because these people, they teach us to be selfish. Every man for themselves. You get yours, forget about the next man. They teach us how to not be living in a patriarchal family, nuclear family. They teach us how not to be a compound community minded. Where, because a community does what? Helps with any and everything. Yeah, you might own this, but can I borrow a cup of sugar from you, brother or sister? Boom, okay. You might need help building your tent. You might need help going and chop wood. A group of brothers, brothers is cooking there, sisters is cooking there. A group of brothers going and chop wood over there. A group of brothers is watching over the whole camp, you know? Because as well, when you go out there in the wilderness, especially out here in Babylon, there'd be a lot of bears, right? Where we was at, we heard bears and things like that. Brothers seen bears. We heard the bear growling and stuff like. Brothers was on watch, watching the whole camp, not just watching your household, but watching for the whole camp, making sure that everybody's good, making sure that every children is good. Brothers and sisters brought lights for all the children, not just for their children, for everybody. You know, it's a community mindset. And that's what Tabernacles is teaching us. Yes, you're supposed to get everything right within yourself and things like that, get your tabernacle right. But you do that, but you don't have love for your people, for your nation, you're not going to survive. Right? Let's get this real quick. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 13. Right? This is 1 Corinthians 13:1. Though I speak with tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. Although I may know all these prophecies, I could speak, I see visions, I speak with angels all the time and stuff like that. Guess what? None of that matters. I know all the precepts of the scripts. None of that matters if I don't have charity. We're going to get to what charity is, right? And verse 2, and though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. Again, although I could do all these nice things that brothers and sisters look up to in this truth, if you don't understand what the purpose of the scriptures is, what the purpose of the truth is, of being called an Israelite is, you have nothing. Because the whole purpose is to be a nation, a family. That's why we call each other brothers and sisters, because we are brothers and sisters, and we're supposed to conduct ourselves as such. Because a brother not gonna commit adultery with his brother's wife. Same thing, a sister not gonna commit adultery against her brother, against her husband, who is first and foremost is her brother. Right? You got ears to hear. So we're not gonna do certain things, anything against our brethren, against the nation, if we have charity. although you know all these prophecies, all these precepts, right? Verse 3, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, because this is what a lot of people be thinking charity is. Give money to the poor, right? Listen to this again. It says, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burnt and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Having charity is not giving stuff up for, that's good. All these things are great to do and to have, have the knowledge. I have the knowledge of prophecy, have all faith and know all mysteries, speak the tongues of men and of angels and stuff like that. But these things that's not what charity is. And if you think that's what, I'm good, I do charity because I gave $200 million to foundation of WFI, that's not what charity is, brother. That's not what charity is, sister. Right? Verse 4, this is what charity is. And it says, charity suffereth long. Right? What does that mean? You long suffering, just like the Most High. You patient with your brethren. You're not jumping to conclusion. You're not jumping to strife. You're not, be quick to be angry at your people. All right? Just like you at Tabernacles, a lot of brothers' patience has been or gonna be tested. Because while you're in the elements, mosquitoes might bite you. You might be afraid of the dark. You might be hungry as heck, and the food is not done. Then you're like, man, these sisters, they not finishing cooking already. Brother, you're not showing charity. Although you know all these precepts and stuff like that, and yet, you're not being nation-minded, man. You have to be patient with your brethren, and you have to give your brethren the benefit of the doubt. What if it was you? Put yourself in the people's shoes, right? That's why you got to be long-suffering. Right? Charity suffereth long and is kind. You got to be kind to one another. And it's not just to brothers with fringes and sisters with head wraps. It's to all Israel. Because we are all a nation. Right? Yes, there's the nation have hierarchy from 144 to the rest of 1/3 to the 2/3. But we are all one nation. We are these examples to the whole nation. So we had to conduct ourselves as such, right? We got to be kind, right, to one another. Charity envieth not. You don't envy. You don't covet people's. Oh, he got a nice tent. I want his tent. You know what? I'm about to run him up for his tent. Or you start having a evil eye towards a brother because he came with a nicer pickup truck than you to drop off all his stuff at Tabernacles. Or the sister cooked her food way better than your rib or something like that. Then you're like, man, you have an envy. Now you start coveting. Now, all of these things, you don't do that. Because we are a nation, you're supposed to be rejoicing for one another, for the skills that each other have, for the things that each other have. You rejoice like, yo, that's mighty. That brother got this. That brother does this. That sister got this. That sister does this. And it's all for the benefit of the whole nation at the end of the day. Right? It says, charity vaunteth not itself. You don't walk around puffed up, right? It is not puffed up. You don't walk around puffing up yourself and say, I'm this, I'm that. Look at me. I got the nicest boots out here. Look at everybody. They wet as hell. I got my rain boots. You don't walk around doing stuff like puffing up yourself. Nah, man. You see your nation. We are living as a nation. I'm pretty sure you don't puff up. If a person have kids, you don't puff up yourself against your kids. In the sense, I got my boots. Look at you. Goofy, you don't even have boots. You can't even say 3 words. You can't even count to 20. Count to 20. You don't puff up yourself against your kids. So why would you puff up yourself against your nation? Against anybody in your nation? Because whatever you have, that's you. Whatever they have, that's them. And everybody's growing at the end of the day, and everybody's becoming is occupying their position that the Most High God has ordained for them. Right? Verse 5, it says, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own. Like, you don't behave yourself unseemly. You start trying to commit adultery. You at Tabernacles, you see such sisters, you see that sister, you see that brother, you see these, whatever it may be, man. You see these brother got these nice, got the iPhone 15. You like, yeah, I need that. Now you're starting to plot against that brother's iPhone 15. Right? If a brother left his iPhone in the middle of the field, he should be able to find it there, or you should be able to pick it up for him and give it back to him, like just in case the brother had lost it, like things like that. That's what Tabernacles is about, man. Tabernacles is about making the nation a nation, looking out for one another. Look at these heathens. Look at these heathens. As bad as Babylon is, as much as Babylon is fallen, we see how Babylon is still together. As red or blue as Babylon is, or left or right winged as Babylon is, we see how they're together. As liberal or conservative as Babylon is, we see these people, they still together. To a certain extent, we know Babylon is fallen. We understand that, but we see, especially when they were building up, we see how they together. They still respect their laws at the end of the day. They still follow suit at the end of the day. Congress says, if Congress shuts such and such down, such and such is being shut down. Their people vote Kevin McCarthy out the Speaker of the House. Kevin McCarthy has to abide by it. He has to come down. Right? They said, Donald Trump, you lost the count, you lost the vote. Donald Trump had to get out of the office. We see how the heathens, the other heathens, the Ishmaelites, look at the Arabs, man. These guys, they together. They have charity amongst each other all the time. Not too long ago, I was watching a video of this Ishmaelite. He one of the princes. He was walking through a little crowd and shaking hands and stuff like that. I don't know if the story is true, but it seemed like it is. But a little kid says to him he wants a Mercedes. Can he get a Mercedes? The prince shook his hand and smiled at him, did little kid thing, pinched him or whatever, like a little kid, whatever. And then he told his assistant to get the address. The next day, the little kid got a damn Mercedes Benz. Just because the kid asked. And that's not far-fetched, because these guys, the Saudi Arabians, Qatar, Dubai, all these countries, man, Abu Dhabi, all these guys, they are rich as heck. Okay? They are billionaires and whatnot. If I'm not mistaken, the average earnings in Qatar is in the six figures. That's the average. And even these guys, even though their money compared to the dollar value is nonsense, excuse my French, is shits. But the food in that country and the things in that country still goes by their money. It doesn't get inflation over there, inflated because of the American dollar. That's why these guys, they're able to survive out there. It's just like if like I'll say $100 of their money is worth $1 of American money. I'm not saying that's the correct math, but I'm saying if $100 of their money is $1 of American money, right? That's the value. But yet, to buy a bottle of water in American money is $2. So for them, it should be about $200 of their money to buy a bottle of water. Over there, they don't do that like that. They actually make it $2 of their dollars, if you get my drift, right? It's $2 of their money. The value of their money is still valuable in their own country, although it's not valuable in the whole rest of the world, right? So everybody's actually living good because they look out for their people. Our people, we don't do that. That's the whole purpose, man. You can't behave yourself unseemly. You can't be puffed up. You have to be long suffering. You gotta be kind. You gotta be loving your nation, man. That's what if you don't get that drift from Tabernacles, I don't know what you're getting. If you don't get that drift from being in the truth, I don't know what you're getting. If you think being in the truth is just about oh, you being a king and you slaying the heathens and you ruling over the earth, you have a whole lot of things to learn, my friend, because these are the prophecies and things and understanding of what's gonna happen. Yes, but you have to have understanding of how to live with one another. That's what Christ came to do, man. He came to show us the example of how to love one another. He gave up his life for us. That's the ultimate love, man. Right? It says, I'm gonna read on. It says, it says, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Right? You can read the rest, man. Right? So you have to come out of that single-minded mindset, because we are a nation, and that's what Tabernacles is teaching us. It makes us rely on one another, right? Even if you go out in the highways and byways to bring it out, we have to rely on one another to a brother bring water if it's hot, brother bring tea if it's cold outside, brother brings the microphone and the speaker, brother brings a canopy or gazebo, gabizo, whatever they say, right? If it's raining outside, brothers bring umbrellas, and we have to rely on brothers bringing it out and a brother's reading, right? It's a whole collective. We have to stop thinking we're individualized. Like I said, there's a lot of times us in the truth, we're so focused on learning prophecies and things like that, and so focused on self, which is good, trying to make ourselves better people. But being a better person is you being a better person to be a part of this nation. And that nation, you have to, by being a better person, you have to be able to live amongst one another, with one another. Going to Tabernacles, you're exercising that. You're living amongst one another, right? For however amount of days, we're living amongst one another. God knows what could happen, right, during those times. But we see how you get close. We all get closer to one another. Imagine if the whole nation is actually keeping Tabernacles together. That's a whole lot. We got brothers over there watching in this quarters. In that quarter, brothers watching. In this quarter, sisters is cooking. In this quarter, sisters and brothers is cooking. There's a lot of things going on for Tabernacles, man. A lot of things. We're actually helping each other out. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the matter. We have to come together as a nation. All right? Let me get this real quick, and then I'm going to close out. Right. Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. Then say, O individualites, O camp this, O camp that. It's the nation. We got to stop with the camp banging. We got to stop with the individualites, keyboard lights, and all that. Brothers be arguing about doctrine as if doctrine gonna save you, as if doctrine is better than having charity amongst your people. No, because doctrine gonna puff up. Doctrine is gonna make you view brothers and sisters a certain type of way. We understand that all these things are important. We need to know them, but you cannot forget the weightier matters. Right? We are one nation. Right? It says, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass, as a chaff, before the fierce anger of the Most High come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Most High, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. Right? So we gotta be meek. We gotta seek righteousness. We gotta seek the proper judgments. And serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And be that nation, man. Be willing to help one another. Truly help one another. Right? Serving each other. Right? The greatest among you shall serve, man. A king is a servant. That's what a king is. So that's what we gotta seek out, and that's what we gotta understand, take out from these, especially in these last days, as we're drawing closer and closer and closer to the end, to the second wilderness. And when we hop in there in that second wilderness, we have to go with that mindset, ready and willing to serve Yahweh outside and serve one another, right? Because that's what we're called to be, and that's what we are. Naturally, we're one nation. Too many times we've been divided. If we were together already, ain't no telling what we would have been achieving, and which we could see examples of that through Black Wall Street and things like that, right? We've seen how we've achieved success in places like Haiti. We've seen these guys. They were the first democratic country in the Western Hemisphere is Haiti, because we're the first one that abolished slavery in 1803, 1804. Abolished slavery, and then we fought against slavery everywhere we went. So, but these are small examples of what we can do when we put our minds together. Look at any sports. We see any sports teams and whatnot. The whole team has to play together. That's how they're gonna win the champ. Right? Yes, they might have a superstar or two, but even them, they have to play. They need the other players. They need them. That's why you see people like LeBron and Michael and stuff like that. They would help. They basically will be a GM for their teams, because they will help. I need this person to do this. Go trade for this guy. Go trade for that guy. Oh, nah, I don't want this guy. Why you guys wanted to trade this guy? He can't do this, blah, blah, blah. Right? They understand the team aspect, and that's what we got to understand. As a nation, we are a nation, and we got to come out as a team. And with that, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Most High willing, this was edifying. Most High willing, myself included, we all gonna come out better and less puffed up, and for sure always looking out for our people, for one another, looking out to elevate each other, looking out to bring the nation, elevate the truth, elevate Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and elevate Yashala. Right? Forget about camps. Forget about individualites. Forget about this. It's about elevating the Most High, elevating the nation. Right? And with that, I'm going to say, Kum Yashala.